Today we are making a video on Ubuntu Unity 23.04 Beta Edition. Here is the boot menu of Ubuntu Unity. This is to boot in a live mode. This is for safe graphics and this is to test memory. Let's launch in a live mode. It's going to take almost like a maximum of minute or minimum of 30 to 40 seconds to load up the desktop layout. So let's wait for the desktop to load up. Here is our Ubuntu Unity desktop. It almost took like 45 seconds to load up. So let's first change our resolution by going to menu or an app menu, or you can either type in here like display. Here is our displays. Let's change the resolution to 1920 into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. My monitor is 1920 into 1080, so I'm going to choose that. Click on apply. It's going to ask the confirmation, I guess. Keep this configuration. Here we have our display. Let's first launch our system monitor before running any apps. Already we have some bug, so let's don't send it, and let's open the system monitor. It's taking a lot of time to load up anything. Let's type system monitor. Apps aren't loading properly because it's still in a beta version, and I am running it on a virtual machine with a 40 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM and a 2 processor. My CPU is a 12th gen i5 with a 2050 or 2060 graphics card. Version of system monitor is 44.0. These are all the processors running before or the beginning of the video, or you can call before launching any apps. Let's change the color so you can see properly the high peak or low peak of the graph of the CPU. CPUs are running around below 20%, and our memory of RAM is 1.2 GB of 4 GB. It's a mid-weight, I should say, about the Linux distro. In my opinion, I don't really like the Ubuntu Unity or Ubuntu Budgie or Ubuntu Studio 3 editions. I'm sorry, it's my opinion. If you like it, no problem. I'm happy with it, but I don't like these 3 flavors or 3 editions, you can call it. Here is my network. You don't need to care about the network. You just need to understand or remember these things, memory or CPU. Because I'm going to show you the system monitor again at the end of the video, so you will have an idea of how much resources are consumed after opening all the apps or things done. So let's close this thing. I don't know where is the closing. Let's close it. Let's open a terminal. So let's put in some commands in the terminal to get our distro info. Let's type in terminal in the search bar. Here is our terminal. About GNOME version 3.47.92 for GNOME 44. GNOME 44 is the latest version, you already know. Let's type in command inxi-sv8 and hit enter. Here is our distro info. Our host is Ubuntu Unity. Our kernel is 6.2.0. Let's first change the terminal background so you can see properly. Let's choose the GNOME Lite. Kernel is 6.2.0. I already said it's a 64-bit ISO file. Unity Desktop environment is Unity version 7.7.0, and WM comp is version 0.9.14.2. LightDM version 1.30.0. Distro is Ubuntu 23.04 Lunar Lobster, because Ubuntu Unity is a flavor of Ubuntu. I'm running on a VMware, so it's going to show it's VMware. Phoenix version is 6.0. RAM of my Linux distro is 4 GB, and used is 1.1 GB already. These are all the CPU info. You can see if you want here. I already said I'm using i5 1240. These are some resolutions of the monitor or display, you can call it. 40 GB of hard disk, which I already said. Let's scroll down so we can find anything here. Here are process 302, uptime is 5 minutes, and bash version 5.2.15. INXI version is 3.3.25. Let's put in some commands again. INXI -G, INXI b, INXI b, just INXI this time. Cat /etc issue. Let's type in htop. Htop is not installed, so let's try to install the htop by command sudo apt install htop. It's going to take like 7 to 10 seconds to install. We will be having a htop installed almost 7 to 10 seconds maximum. It's installed, so let's type in htop now. Here is our htop. Memory is around 909 MB or 4 GB, as you can see here. Tasks are 106. I think that's it. Let's close this terminal, and let me show you how to download the Ubuntu Unity from their website, or you can type in Google. So applications, it's better we type it here. I think the default browser will be Firefox almost in all Ubuntu. Let's launch the Firefox browser. A Firefox browser is going to take like a maximum of 20 seconds. It already opened. Almost took like 10 seconds minimum, I guess. Version is 111.0. Let's type in search bar as Ubuntu Unity 23.04 beta. This is the search term. Here we have our ISO files. First one is a daily build, and the second one is a beta version. Right now we need a beta version, or you can go with the daily build, no problem. Let's go with the Ubuntu beta version Unity. Here is our Ubuntu Unity. You need to see this before downloading, because you should know what file you are downloading. So this is just a hint, you can say. Here is our ISO file around 3.2 GB. Ubuntu Unity 23.04 AMD 64-bit. Let's click on it. 3.2 GB, as you can see here. I'm using a VPN, so it's slow for me. If I change the server, it's going to top the speed. You'll get a top speed. Let's close this thing. Let's close the browser, and I'm going to show you the installation process of the Ubuntu Unity 23.04 beta edition. Again, only if you want to test it, you can test it on a virtual machine. Or if you are a normal user, it's better you don't need to download or try it, because it will be having a lot of bugs, because it's a development or a beta edition. So it's better you stay out of it, and after the stable release, wait for a few days again, because sometimes stable release also have some bugs, so they're going to be releasing a point update. I'm saying because it's instead of ruining your PC, it's better to wait for a few days even after the stable release. I'm saying it for your good. But if you want to try it, so you can't wait, it means you can go with a virtual machine. You can try it in your virtual machine, but don't even try it on your main PC or a work PC, because it's going to ruin your PC. I don't want to you to take a risk like that. So let's go to the installation now. Here is our install. It's going to take like to load up the installer, it took almost like 30 seconds. So here is our welcome, and you'll having languages here. Almost I think they covered almost few languages here, like 40 to 50 language, I guess. I'm choosing English. Let's click on continue. Here we have a keyboard layout. It automatically chose English because previously I chose an English. If you want to change your language here, you can even change here, no problem. They almost have a lot of languages here, and the layout of English can be also different here. You can choose Hawaiian, Quarity, I guess, Azarity, I guess. I'm going with a simple Quarity, English US. Click on continue. If you want, you can detect keyboard back here, and this is the updates and the other softwares. If you want a normal installation, you can go with a normal installation, minimal installation. A difference between normal and minimal is the normal installation will be having all the apps, all the office software, games, media player, as you can see here, they mentioned here. And a minimal installation will be just a web browser and a basic utilities like a text editor, something like that, a normal calculator, all these things. So it's better to go with a normal installation, because they will be having everything, and you already downloaded the 3.5 GB around file size. So it's worth to go with a normal installation, in my opinion, and it's up to you. You can go with anything you want. And other options are like you can download updates while installing the Ubuntu Unity. While installing updates, while installing the ISO or the Linux, you will be getting updates there. There will be updates downloaded background. If you want to do it while installing, you can do it, or you can do after the installation. If you want, you can do it by unchecking this button here, and install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. And again, same thing, if you want to install it while installation, you can do it, or you can do it later. In my opinion, it's better to click right now, because we don't have time. If you have time, you can do it, no problem with it. It's up to you. So let's continue. It's going to prepare Ubuntu drivers. It's almost going to take a maximum of 1 minute, depending on your PC. It should always take a minute of maximum, and a minimum of 30 to 40 seconds maybe. I'll tell you the time of how much time it took for me. For me, it just took like 15 to 18 seconds maximum. Here we have the installation type. If you want to single boot by erasing everything like documents, files, photos, all this thing, you can go with erase disk and install Ubuntu Unity. If you want to dual boot or do something else, you can do it here. Again, you need to be very careful, because it's going to erase everything. So you need to have some idea of what you're doing here. Don't just keep on clicking on next. Just wait and read everything because it's going to erase everything. If you are on a VMware, is no problem, you can do anything you want. But if you are on a work PC or main PC, it's better to patiently look what you are doing here. Be careful and read everything. Don't just click the buttons fast. So it's better to read everything and go with it. And after that, you will be having install now. I'm going to say what happens after clicking install now. It's going to take some time, and it's going to ask you the full name, password, all these things. Just a few things you can easily type it in. No need to mention that, because it's a common thing in a Linux distro. You don't need to put your original name and address, all these things. You just need to give any name you want, and after that it will ask to confirm it. It will give you a summary sometimes, or no sometimes. After that, it's going to finish, and you need to reboot your system, and you will be installed with Ubuntu Unity in your hard disk. That's it with the installation. It's just a process of installation. I'm not going to install it because I don't want to. So let's close the installation, and let's look at the desktop features we get here. We get a Ubuntu Lunar Lobster wallpaper to the Ubuntu Unity 2, and here is a power button with about this computer. Here is our Unity 7.7 desktop environment, some info of the distro, and default applications, removable media. If you can go, it's like a control center or a all settings, you can call it anything you want. We can change the appearance here, like desktop wallpapers, behavior of the desktop, visual effects, all these things. These are all the customization. You can go through it if you want. Here are our themes. We have 2 themes here, and we have a lot of themes here. This is the default one. Here are the different type of Yaru. Let's go with I think default will be white. Yes, it's pretty good. And here are our wallpapers. You can choose your pictures of a folder, a color and gradients if you want. There's nothing in color and gradients. It's better to go in wallpapers. If you have personal file pictures, you can go with the pictures and folders. You need to add it here. Let's go with the wallpapers and change the wallpaper to this one. Theme, icon size, color, all these things. We have with purple Yaruda. We can change it to blue. The color will change automatically. Let's close this thing. Here are the accessibilities. Here is the theme settings, notification, internet connection, a keyboard, a volume. You can set the sound setting here. This is a wallpaper I changed. You have latest wallpapers by going here, change desktop background by clicking the right mouse or right side of the mouse. Here are the Lunar Lobster wallpapers, as you can see. Let's open the file manager. Here is our file manager. Let's check the version of the file manager. 5.6.3 Nemo. I don't know why the apps aren't loading properly. Source, applications. There's nothing loading properly. You need to type it in like alphabets. Let's type A here. There's nothing in. On the B you have every app, I guess. by clicking on C. These are all not visible right now because we need to change this setting. They are not visible for me. You need to type it. After typing, you'll get applications. LibreOffice version will be 7.5.2, I guess. 7.5.2.1. It's going to be same for all LibreOffice applications. We have VLC Media Player. Let me show you some apps and let's end the video. Let's check the version of VLC Media Player 3.0.8. It's better to let me try to open the softwares here. App Store. Software. Let's type in software. Let's type in again C. I don't know why these applications are not visible for me. Application. See more 33 results. Let me open tweaks here. We found tweaks here. Here is a Unity tweak tool. You can customize everything if you want here by going here and click on these things. Let's check software and updates. It's going to take ages. No, it loaded pretty much fast. I thought it's going to take a lot of time. This is the common thing of Ubuntu software and updates. Again, we have a bug. A package installer. Nothing going to open. No problem. Let's just open the settings at least. This is a control panel or all settings. We don't need it right now. For me, it's not my personal favorite Linux distro. I don't like this Linux distro. If you like it, no problem. Three flavors I don't like in the Ubuntu are like Ubuntu Budgie, Ubuntu Studio, and the Ubuntu Unity. Three flavors are my worst or least favorite Linux distros. Here is a Rhythmbox version. I need all the applications. It's not allowing me to do that. Again, we have a bug. Can't even, everything gone black. And we have a bug here. Don't send it. That's the reason I told you not to install the beta version or a development version on your main PC. It's a virtual machine, so it's not going to affect anything to my PC. So these are the reason I warn you to not use these things if you are a normal user. If you want to test, it's good to test it on a VMware or a virtual machine, you can call it. Let's open the system monitor and see how much resources are consumed. At the beginning of the video, it was like 1.1 GB or 1.2 GB. It's around 500 MB extra. We didn't open much of apps. We just opened some settings and 2-3 apps, that's it. And you can see here already 500 MB extra. If I opened almost most of the apps, it's going to up to 2.1 GB maximum. I tried almost all flavors because I made previous videos on it. I know how much resources are consumed by the Ubuntu flavors. It's almost every Linux distro of or you can call it Ubuntu flavors. Everything took almost like 700 MB, 800 MB. So in my opinion, it's not a lightweight or a Linux distro for a low-end PC. It's almost 1.7 GB just in a few minutes. So if you're having a low-end PC, it's better not go with this Linux distros, mainly Ubuntu flavored. If you want to test it, it's up to you. I'm not going to force you. I'm just going to give you the info of Ubuntu flavors. CPUs are running around 20%, under 20% or 25% you can call it. RAM is maximum, so if you're having a 2 GB of RAM, it's hard to use it because it's going to lag a lot. So let's open the Firefox and let me show you my channel. This part is only for the people who doesn't subscribe or don't want to subscribe and just want to watch my videos. This is the part for them. No need to feel bad, it's up to you. If you don't want to subscribe and watch, you can do that. I have no problem with it. I'm just going to show you how to view my content without subscribing. If you don't want to subscribe, you just need to type in youtube.com/9to5linux and come back daily and watch this content here. Just type in youtube.com/9to5linux, or you can go in the YouTube app or type your 9to5linux in your tab or mobile. If you are on a PC, you just need to type youtube.com/9to5linux. It's going to take a few seconds because I'm using a VPN. I already told. Here is my channel. If you are here with only for Linux distros, just go into playlist, go to Linux, and under Linux you can click on view full playlist. I will be here. I have a lot of videos, almost like 1532 videos. Almost I covered every various Linux distros here. Almost like 70 to 80% of Linux distros I covered. As you can see here, if you want play all or shuffle, or you can search a specific Linux distro here on the search. You can put your search term or your favorite Linux distro here by typing like example MX Linux or anything like Zorin OS, Linux Mint. Here you will be having videos, because I make a lot of latest videos. As soon as they release, I'll be posting videos on them. So this is the process, and I mentioned here that I will post 2 videos without missing any day. I am on a streak almost like 3 years without missing any day. 3 years, 4 years, almost from November 2018. I am posting without missing any day. Just a few days, like 1 or 2 days in a 6 months or a year. In a year, here is my timings. If you are not subscribed, you can just type in youtube.com/9to5linux at this timing. You will be having videos there. If you are subscribed, no need to worry, you will get a notification. So this is, let's close this thing. I think that's it. I covered everything, I guess. Let's shut down it here right now. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Shutdowning is instant. That's pretty good.